Hi everyone, welcome to the next video from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. Now I haven't been working in this book for a while, but obviously you won't see a break in the videos, but I did this sort of set of 10 and then I went off and did some other videos to go alongside these. So we're going to be working on this one. It looks very cute. I think really with this one we've got the opportunity to either colour every flower the same colour or colour them different colours using Polychromos pencils, as we have for all of them. I think I'd quite like to colour them each in a different colour, maybe a different shade of the same colour. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 3 different shades of blue. I think it could be interesting. So I'm going to start with this blue. This is the light cobalt turquoise. There you go. Light cobalt turquoise. And I think I might do this medium-sized one with this. I'm going to give it a sharpen and then get started. Now, because I'm using 3 different shades of blue, I think I'm only going to use 1 per flower, if that makes sense. So rather than having maybe a lighter colour on the edge of the petal to make it look lighter, I'm just going to saturate the colour a little more on the centre so that it looks a little bit darker here than here, without me having to actually add additional colours. The sun's suddenly coming out. It's been really cloudy, overcast this morning. It's supposed to get quite warm again, not as warm as yesterday fortunately, but me and my son went out this morning and we got some groceries, and it was fairly pleasant actually going, but coming back it felt like it was beginning to get a little bit muggy. I think the sun is burnt off the clouds, so I expect that will get rid of some of the mugginess. But there's no breeze today, but the house is actually closed up because of us going out, mainly, not completely, but I closed all the curtains and windows and things on the sunny side of the house already. There we go. So that while we were out, if the sun came out, it didn't get too hot. And it didn't come out. This is the cobalt green. It was forecast to come out at about 11. It's actually 11:45. I think I'm going to do this for the smaller one. This one does look different to these two. The centre doesn't, but the petals do. But maybe there was no more room to do more little lines. Excuse me. Anyway, so the sun is just coming out, so it's all closed up ready anyway for that on the back of the house where the sun comes in the beginning of the day. And I put my washing, I was outside, I was going to do my ironing, and but I started doing it and the washing felt damp even though it had been out yesterday in the 31-degree heat. So I just popped it back outside. It's been outside in the cloud. This is the cobalt turquoise. Hard to show you that one. I'm going to do the large one. We'll probably see the difference between the more and less intense colour better with this one. Partly because it's a darker colour. I find it easier to demonstrate that with a darker colour. But also the petals are a bit larger, so we've got a little bit more space. There's a lot of noise around today. I don't know if you can hear, sort of droning at the moment. There is a car park being resurfaced near us, which is quite noisy. But also there was a fallen tree along the canal. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. It was just, we had a lot of wind, a storm quite recently, and 2 trees in the area came down. One of them was taken away quite quickly because it was across a road. But this one went across the car park that's being resurfaced. Actually, that bit was sorted out quite quickly, but it's also hanging over the canal. It's almost like the trunk split in half. and one half went over the car park, over the wall, and the other half went across the canal. So they're dealing with that carefully, because it's hanging over the water, and the side that it was, there's no footpath, so it's a little bit tricky, but the volunteers are very well qualified in dealing with this sort of thing, so they are sorting that out. That's rather good. Now, the volunteers, I mean the Canal Trust have a set of volunteers. Now, I think we've done so many yellow flower centres, but I really think that yellow and blue work so nicely together. We're going to do a couple of shades of yellow. Hopefully it will show up. I'm going to start with this cadmium yellow. Whoops, oh, there you go, cadmium yellow. And do the very outsides of the centre. Try not to overlap it over the blue too much, or else it'll just go green, which isn't what I'm looking for. There we go. And the little one. And then a lighter yellow. I'm thinking maybe this one. Oh, chink. This is the light cadmium yellow. Yeah, that hit the pencil on my tripod. Unfortunately, the Polychromos are very sturdy, so that won't impact it at all. There we go. So I made the centres the same, even though our flowers are slightly different colours. And now I have to decide whether I'm going to make the leaves the same or slightly different. I could use the same greens, different tone. Like these were really 3 different blues from very similar colours. So I'm thinking I could use the light normal and dark phthalo green, and then we've got 3 different colours again, but from similar. So I think I'm going to try that. I'm just going to try and find them. There's the phthalo. I think that's, there we go. Okay. So the light phthalo green is actually very, very light, but I think we'll just give it a go anyway. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 5 leaves and 3 colours. Maybe I'll just do 1 leaf with this, and maybe I'll make it this big one. Now when I do leaves like this, I've taken to colouring them in a particular style, but I'm having a look to see if I have done it for you already. Let's do it differently. So rather than taking notice of these lines, we're going to look at the centre, and I'm going to colour down the middle with more intensity and then fade it out towards the edge. I'm going to treat each little section on its own. There we go. Yeah, I was getting food in today because father-in-law is coming with his companion for lunch. This is a brand new pencil. This is my dark phthalo green. Look at that. Brand new. Dark phthalo green. Very hard for you to see. It's a new one, but it's in capitals, the name. I'm going to do the centre one here and this one. I'm going to do this one in the same way as this one. So we were buying the lunch ingredients. It's going to be warm, so I'm going to do a cold lunch. I'm going to do some new boiled potatoes. I haven't decided yet whether to actually serve those warm or cold. I like them warm, but when they go cold they can go a bit weird and wet. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And then this centre one, I think I'm going to use the same technique. And I'm going to make a salad. So I've got various bits and pieces, salad ingredients. And then this last one is the phthalo green. Very hard for you to see. And we'll do these 2. So I'm going to make a salad with grated carrot and sweet corn, cucumber, lettuce, peppers, lots of different colours, all cut up really small. I usually put tomato in, but my son doesn't like tomatoes, so I might do tomatoes on the side if I go shopping, but I didn't buy any because I thought he doesn't like them, we won't worry. I want to do a pink background. I'm just trying to decide though whether that's actually going to work. I think it will if I choose this shade of pink. Oops, just reaching across. A light red violet. It's not really pink. Okay. So I'm going to sharpen it. So we're doing new potatoes and the salad, and I'm going to make some chickpea dip because I'm going to get husband to make his salad dressing, but because I don't eat it, I'll make a chickpea dip. One of my sons doesn't either, so he can have that too if he wants it. And there's going to be some deli meats as well. We picked up some slices of beef and some chicken. And then we're going to make a fresh fruit salad. Well, almost fresh. I'm going to cheat slightly. I'm just doing a little line around the edge of all of the items. This is what we've been doing, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to cheat slightly and use the tinned peaches because it's so much nicer and easier to prepare, and cube them up. And I bought some pre-cut sliced melon and some cubed mango and some red and green grapes, and it'll make a very quick, sweet and tasty fresh fruit salad. And then we're going to have a little cheese board to finish with. Now I might put the cheese board out and people can choose whether they have it at the end of the meal or with the meal, you know. Here's the Paynes grey. I'm just going to use this to put a little bit of shadow in between the petals and flowers. Now I don't want to put it in between the petal on every flower, just between the flowers, so you get you can see the difference where one flower ends and the other begins, really. So we'll just put in a little bit sort of in this gap here. And my husband picked some cheeses at the weekend. I think we used some cheddar. We've got some pork salut and some, is it village? I think it's called. It's a very soft, creamy cheese. It's delicious, I have to say. So hopefully that will go down well. Looking forward to it. I do like entertaining. Okay, I think we're done. The only thing I have just noticed is that this leaf here, the one with the light phthalo green on, there's quite a bit of white here, so I'm just going to go over that with this until it's satisfactory to me, and then I will sort of, yeah, just go over that and that a bit more too. And then we've still got that sort of contrast from darker centre to lighter edge, but we haven't got so much white paper showing, which is just more pleasing to me, but you don't have to do it that way. But there is another little one done. Tomorrow I see we've got a pair of florals. I shall have a think as to whether to do them both the same or whether to do them differently. I'm not sure. You know, it's nice having a bit of a change, a bit of a mix up. You won't know until come and tune in tomorrow. But thank you for watching today. I hope that was enjoyable. Please do like if you did enjoy it, and maybe leave a little comment. Also subscribe if you haven't. It makes such a difference to the channel. Thank you all so much. Have a super day and happy colouring.